Why is this so important that the BOC goes after this? How much money is the government losing in this non-payment or undervaluation for taxes that's going on?
For, let's say, for example, for the luxury items industry, no, like cars. Cars are a major source of our revenue. Among the top 10 revenue makers of the Bureau of Customs are taxes coming from luxury items. So this is what we classify as highly dutiable items, sir. So
Mhm.
it's very important that we're able to know that the declaration for us, number one, is correct. Number two, that the value being declared is correct, and so that we can collect the proper duties and taxes. Remember, sir, that when you levy duties and taxes for luxury items, we levy as much as double the value of the items, meaning if you compute it based on the rate of duty and the excise taxes being imposed by the Bureau of Internal Revenue that the Bureau of Customs is actually collecting for, ang value ho niya, ang taxes ho na binabayaran almost pareho nung bili nung luxury item. So if you buy, let's say for example, a Ferrari worth 20 million,
Mm.
your duties and taxes that you owe to the government when we compute it is actually about the same, about 20 million. So that's
Mhm.
how much revenue we generate out of these luxury items.
Okay, but in this case, lumalabas, if a Ferrari costs 20 million and the duties and taxes are 20 million, whatever the smuggler does not pay in that 20 million tax is already his income. Lumalabas ngayon na yung mga Ferraris worth 20 million nabebenta ng 25 million to 28 million. So nagtataka lang ako, paano nangyayari yan, Jet? I know, okay, I know how it happens, but for the education of the public, how does this thing happen na parang halos, ano ito, tinatakas na lang sa customs or what?
Sir, that's yun ang gusto namin ma-find out, no? As you said, sir, meron kaming operations with our intelligence and enforcement bureaus,
Mm.
enforcement groups about these luxury vehicles, no? Kasi may mga reports na rin kami nakuha that marami nga nagbebenta nito. And yet, we want to make sure na itong mga to dumaan sa amin. Meron din, we're checking our records also, and it seems that some might not have been brought through the proper channels sa bureau. Yung
Mm.
iba naman, we're going to check yung value ho, no? So yun lang, yun yung goal ho namin. Kasi nga, tama yung nasabi niyo sa article niyo, masyadong mura yung benta eh. If you look at how duties and taxes play out in the total cost of these items, they should not be selling these items at that very low prices. But again, you know, there are also modus na baka mamaya na ang dineclare is brand new pero tapos mababa yung value pero second hand naman pala ang
Yun,
ang
ang galing,
cost.
ang ganda ng sinabi mo na yan. Kasi, ladies and gentlemen, there is a prohibition. Bawal pong magpasok ng second hand na mga sasakyan. Okay? Now, there is, if I remember, a 500,000 peso excise tax levied on second-hand cars. So, pero Jet, ano ba ang rule ngayon? Pwede pa bang makapagpasok ng second-hand vehicle pero bayad ka ng 500,000 or bawal na talaga?
So totally bawal na ho. That's the protection that we give to our dealers, no? Legitimate dealers na nagpo-provide ng investment, nagpo-provide ng trabaho sa atin. So para hindi sila makompromiso, what the law or EO 156 executive order issued by President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo
Mm.
uh, totally bans the importation of second-hand vehicles unless of
Mhm.
course you fall under the exceptions. OFW ho kayo, returning resident,
Mm.
yun sa mga yon, pwede ho. Kaya members of the diplomatic corps, nababalik dito, pwede ho yun, yung mga yon. Very, very exceptional ho yun. But to
Okay.
actually bring in second-hand cars for sale or for personal use of persons na hindi naman na nagbibilong dun sa class na yun, totally bawal ho yun. Yung sinasabi niyo amendment na may fine lang na babayaran, I think that was already clarified that those are not applicable anymore, and that the prevailing rule is that second-hand vehicles are totally banned from importation.
What if somebody honestly buys a car, believing, kasi pumunta ka doon sa showroom, nitong mga vendors na to, magandang showroom, madaming mga kuti-kuti top, and then may binibigay siyang papel at sinabi siyang, sir, tax paid do yan, walang problema. And may binigay pang BOC tax payment. And then biglang ni-raid ng Intel group ninyo at hinuli, paano na yung buyer in good faith?
Yun yung problema, sir. No? The buyer in good faith, ang protection lang na makukuha mo dyan is that hindi ka namin nahabulin for violation, penal violations ng batas namin. Meaning, hindi ka makakasuhan ng smuggling, kung ano man yung mga fraudulent acts for bringing in the cars, hindi ka may involved. But ang malaking problema mo, syempre, yung proseso ho kasi namin sa batas, no? Ang hinahabol namin dyan yung kotse. So whatever you paid for that car, kung nakita namin na may fraud, wala na ho yun. Masiseize namin yung cars. Now, if there's really no fraud, but there are deficiencies because you're now the owner, for you to be able to get fully yung ownership mo nung kotseng yun without any liability from the government, ang mangyayari ho, kayo pa sasagot nung difference na yun. But of course, you can always run after the one that sold you those cars, no? And cooperate with us so that we can properly investigate them. But again, may mga masakit ng ulo na kasama yan kapag medyo nagka-problema yung papeles ng kotse mo. That's why, of course, we don't discourage people who wants to really bring in and import cars, luxury cars, as long as they comply with the requirements of the Bureau of Customs.
Diyan ba sa BOC, do you have a system where before I even buy a car, a luxury car, I can send you the VIN number and kasi normally wala pa yatang mga plate number yung mga binibenta na yan, di ba? Or meron?
Yung iba, sir, meron. May mga plate numbers, no? Others even have conduction stickers. Yung meron na, nag-issue rin naman ho talaga yung LTO niyan. But what they can do, sir, is that we have two ways, no, that they can verify it. Number one, online, we have our BOC Cares system. So they can, sa website ho namin, www.customs.gov.ph, meron doon portion about BOC Cares, yun yung aming customer care portal system at saka customer care feedback system namin. Pwede ho kayo magtanong doon at immediately sasagutin namin yan. Meron kaming internal sa amin na verification system at doon namin binibigyan ng feedback yung publiko through our BOC Care system. So, email ho kayo sa boc.cares@customs.gov.ph. Punta kayo sa website namin. May direktang link doon. Pwede kayo magtanong doon via email chat. Mabilis din sumagot kasi number one, meron kaming talagang 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Workers that are answering all your calls. Tapos may call center pa kami that we engage to be able to address these concerns. Number two, very simply, dun sa mga walang internet, text lang po kayo sa hotline 8484. So you send a text message to 8484 and then we reply to you.
How quickly will you be able to respond? Kasi siyempre naman, kung gusto kong bilhin, pero siyempre willing naman dapat ang buyer maghintay, no? Pero alam mo, yung mga salesman, ang gagaling, sir, may interesado dyan, meron nagtatanong na dyan, meron na nga gusto mag-down payment dyan, pero dahil mahal kita, bibigay ko na lang sa'yo. How quickly will the BOC be able to respond?
Sir, it takes about siguro mga 2 to 3 hours lang for us to be able to verify that. Because ang ginagawa naman ng mga call centers namin, binabato lang yan sa proper office. And those offices, we've automated majority of our data centers. And that particular office, the Import Assessment Service, has a database already of all luxury cars and all cars cleared with the Bureau of Customs. So it's a simple verification where we type the VIN, we're able to verify it and provide a feedback mechanism already to the one asking us about certain information ng kotse.